Welcome to Module 10. We're going to be going over Object-Oriented Programming, or OOP. And this can be sometimes a little bit of a confusing topic. It's a new thing to a lot of people, especially beginner programmers. Luckily, Python makes this pretty easy to work with, but we're going to be covering a lot of the core concepts so that you can be able to take this not only to Python, but other languages as well. Now, I typically ask my students to allocate about 2 weeks to work on this. So don't feel bad about taking your time going through these videos and watching them and rewatching them to be able to make sure that you fully understand the concepts that we're being taught here. This module is going to be broken up into 4 different subsections. We've got what is object-oriented programming. The next up, we're going to talk about understanding objects. We're going to wrap that up and do object factories using classes next up. And then finally, we're going to go and understand inheritance. So let's get started with this really fun module. But I've got in my hand here some Pokemon cards that I got at PyCon 2019, believe it or not. The developers I had the Pokemon company there, they were handing these out as a kind of a promotion, and so I snagged some up for my selfish reasons, and also for my son, who loves to play with Pokemon and loves to look at Pokemon cards. And as I was putting together this module, I was kind of sitting here thinking, I had these Pokemon cards on my desk and thinking, how could I model these inside of Python, right? So if we look at these a little bit, you can kind of see, Pokemon have a lot of similar attributes, right? So each Pokemon has like a type, a level, an HP, certain moves that they can do, weaknesses, those types of things. If we look at Caterpie here, hopefully, yeah, there we go. We can see Caterpie's a level 13. He's got 40 HP. And he's got a move called String Shot, right? That does 10 HP of damage. That's on there. Well, I started thinking about this. How would I model this in Python? And I thought, well, maybe I could do this in I could do this using a list, right? So I was just really kind of thinking about this. What could I do to do this? So I thought maybe I could use a list and do this. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So I've got Caterpie, right? And I could make that a list. So the first one would be its name, right? Right here, right? And then I'm kind of interested in its level. So it's a 13, level 13, and its HP was 40, right? And then I had a move set, right? And I'm going to use that as a tuple. I'm going to do String Shot like this and 10, right? So the first element in this tuple is the name of the move, and then the second element is the damage that it does, right? And luckily Caterpie only has one move, but if I had to do multiple moves, man, I'd have to do like a tuple of tuples maybe, or a list of tuples. I don't know. I kind of tried to think about that. If I wanted to reference this kind of gets a little bit, hard. I'd have to remember that, referencing this guy is this right here is how I would get the first, the first element in the list is the name, and it just kind of got messy, right? It kind of got nasty. And so I started thinking about this some more, like how else could I do this? Well, I could do a dictionary. Let's look at a dictionary, right? So here's a dictionary right here. Let's create it, I should say. So here's Caterpie is going to be equal to some dictionary, and now this looks a little bit better, right? So Caterpie, and then your level is like this, and its HP is going to be 40 like this, and then its move is going to be like this. So string shot and 10, right? We do that, and that works. That definitely works. But if I have like, so I've got how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of these guys. I'd have to type that all out. Oh man, all that, and it gets kind of messy there. And if I wanted to automate this, I would want to make sure that I ensure that I have always a name, a level, an HP, and a move on there. And so that's kind of what the problem that object-oriented programming solves here. It allows us to kind of consolidate and organize our code in such a way that it makes it easier to use and do that. And you'll kind of see that we're almost making like factories, right? So we're stamping these Pokemon out as different Pokemon. We're going to stamp out a Caterpie. We're going to stamp out a Seal. We're going to stamp out a Coughing, right? And kind of put these all out there together. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn about how to use object-oriented programming to represent Pokemon cards, and do that. So in today's module, we're going to learn about about what an object is, about how to create instances of objects. We're going to learn and understand what the type of an object is. We're going to go over the object lifecycle and what that kind of looks like specifically to Python. We're going to learn about what a class is and how to create your own objects using custom classes. We're going to learn about class properties and methods, the differences between class and instance properties, and kind of what goes on there. Creating multiple instances of a class, class inheritance, and the difference between a parent and child class. And then finally, we're going to wrap this up and talk a little bit about dunder methods, such as dunder stir and dunder init. And so kind of go over all those. So I'm really excited to do this, not only because I'm a huge Pokemon fan and I get to kind of talk a little bit about Pokemon with you, but object-oriented programming is such a powerful tool. And it really helps you to bring out the best in your programming skills. Object-oriented programming, I think, is just beautiful when it's done right. And so let's learn how to do this, and make your code even more beautiful than what you're already doing.